Seriously, with Martin Bester.
Good morning and welcome back to South Africa, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kip Moore. Yay! He's so excited, man.
I'm excited to be here.
Are you?
This place, I say it very few times. It's not like a thing that I just say all the time. Certainly, if you've been to the shows, you would know. But
sorry about that.
But South Africa was so special to me last time. The way people embraced me. Australia's done the same thing with me, and it's you can feel it when it's a very tangible thing that happens, and it stole my heart for sure last time.
Well, the mere fact that you're back again so soon, we really do appreciate it, and it's going to be incredible tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow is going to just do it all over again for you.
I hope the same thing. It sure was special last time.
It's going to be even more special tomorrow. I know it because the hype after the last time it's huge. It really is. By the way, you're from originally, is it Tennessee? Where are you
originally from? South Georgia.
South Georgia.
But I've been living in Nashville, Tennessee now for 18 years.
Let's just tell you that I know this is weird and I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Make you uncomfortable,
welcome to the show. That accent, man.
Yeah. Are you here for it?
I just absolutely. It's good to hear the real one. We stuff around with accents on the show.
Yeah, that's putting
Let
it
me hear
mildly.
yours. Let me hear. Like if you were to try to impersonate me, what would that?
It's not you. It's not
Okay.
you because if I do American, I go all the way. You're going down to that river, boy. You gave me some of that gator.
Okay, you watched Sling Blade and you just adopted that one thing. Like that's a movie, man.
Kip, there's more.
All right.
So that's the one. That's the one part of the range.
Okay.
I'll give you some more later if you're lucky. Listen, what do you? So last time you spent some time in South Africa. What struck you? So firstly, American, Nashville, South Georgia. I'm going to South Africa. What were your expectations, and how do they match up?
I'll be honest. I tried to come in with zero preconceived notions. 100% the topography around South Africa, there's so many Southern California vibes. It's kind of a lot of the same feel as when you're driving through certain spots. The people are definitely different than Southern California, but the topography, what I noticed with the people, with at least my encounters, it was such a gregarious nature. The people's emotions were definitely on their sleeve, at least with me. And that was something that when I was talking about it being tangible, there was something that I felt. It was palatable. It was, I can just remember even the hotel I stayed in. I felt like I had known the women there my whole life by the time I left. There was such a embrace of, man, I'm kind of bummed when I was leaving that I'm not going to get to see you tomorrow morning when I come down here. There was such a
warmth.
Oh man, such a warmth. I mean, it's you don't feel that everywhere. That really is a unique and rare thing specific to here.
We are a friendly bunch.
We really are.
We are a friendly bunch. And the thing about South Africans is when you come here, we want you to have the best time. We get a bit overbearing at points because we go into that whole you got to try this, you got to do that, you got to see that. Surely there is some South African on your tour that made you taste something.
Yeah, I was kind of determined to not get sick to where I could do the show. So anytime somebody was really shoving something like, you got to try this, like, no, I'm good, man. I'll get you next time around. So I did not want to be laying up against a toilet bowl all night. So yeah.
Did you taste biltong? It's like
I did not. I was offered it. And maybe I will this time.
Like, I think it's the one thing.
You really
What's that?
need to
It's
do
the
that.
one thing you gotta.
I got to the bull tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm definitely an adventurous when it comes to food. I mean, I'll pretty much every winter, so I'll tour for like 10 straight months, and then I'll go surfing for 2. And so I'll try all kind of different places every time I go surf. This past year I was in El Salvador for the first time. But I mean, I'm very bold with trying things. But when I'm on tour, and I know I got to sing the next night, the biltong, I might be like, you know what? Let's do a pass. I'll get you tomorrow when the show's over. Yeah.
I hear what you say. So what he's saying basically is after the show tomorrow night.
Offer me whatever you want.
A biltong cake.
Yeah.
Why are we those people?
No, let's not push it.
Just a little touch of biltong. Also. Do you enjoy a lager?
All of it.
No, all right. Okay,
we'll get into whatever you like.
All right, so we can do biltong, lekker rooi wijn, nice red wine, because South Africa is famous for red wines.
Ja, 'n bietjie brandas.
Bietjie brandas.
I don't know.
Brandas is brandy.
Okay.
So brandy and Coke is kind of it's a nice thirst quencher. So
You're with your morning family. Breakfast with Martin Bester.
We have some special guests on the show all the way from the States. We have Kip Moore in South Africa. Môre Loftus Versveld gaan dit sy nate uitbars en dan 'n groot show wees. As jy gedink het laas keer was groot, my vriend, môre gaan selfs groter wees. Welcome Kip Moore. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. I really do appreciate it. And I can only imagine your tour schedule. Man, you're all over the world.
Yeah.
So American country music, how that has been part of our lives here in South Africa for the longest time, and also how it's changed over the years. Have you always been a country music fan?
I don't think I got into country music until I can remember specifically being 15 years old and hearing Clint Black's Killin' Time record in my buddy's old Ford truck. And that's when it kind of changed me. I mean, I was a rock and roll baby my whole life. My dad was a massive Motown fan, so it was a lot of Sam Cooke in my house, the Temptations, and my mom was playing like a lot of Willie Nelson. So I had that foundation. But then my brother, who I looked up to so much, was playing, Springsteen records and Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Van Halen, and so it was like just a mixture of I'm glad they all had good taste when I look back at it. Like it was like a lot of cool music in the house, and everybody was really musical. But it was rock and roll was definitely the foundation of my musical education, and you definitely get a lot of that bleeding into my music. And so I fell in love with the lyrical aspect of the country music scene with listening to songs like Sunday Morning Coming Down, Chris Christopherson, and that's when I was blown away by the craft of the songwriting.
You mentioned Bruce Springsteen. I know you're an E Street Band fan.
Yes.
Did I see you right? Did you get to meet them or?
No.
You still do.
I've never met those guys. I wanted to be in the E Street Band when I was a kid, but I've never met them.
So it's Felicity Regan's birthday today, by the way.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. I told her I organised all this for her birthday.
Yeah.
So just play along. And there's one particular song as well that Felicity loves, and I really hope that you could perform it this morning on Friday Live. If I Was Your Lover, one of them. I don't know. I can't tell you what to sing, but
do you really like that, Jen?
I really, really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
just
I can maybe dabble into that.
Why? Thank you very much.
Just a warning, she sings along.
Okay, I don't mind. As long as you hit the high harmony. You got,
Yeah, maybe don't suggest that because I'm going to try and be awful.
We'll be the whinings. You hit the high harmony, okay? I'll be BB.
Perfect.
So surprise me or shock me with a song or an artist that you love so much that will surprise Kip Moore fans. I think we all have that.
I don't know if this will surprise. I've been really on a old school Phil Collins kick. I think his sensibilities with pop music is some of the greatest ever. Like his melodies, his structure of songs. I'm a massive Phil Collins fan, and I've just kind of been diving back into him a lot recently.
It's so weird.
Yes.
I was telling the story just the other day. Franco van Coke is one of our big rock stars in the country.
Okay.
He's a rocker through and through. And sitting backstage with him at a show one day and asking me, shocked me. And I love playing this game because we all have that one song that when you stop at the traffic light in your truck, you turn it down because if people see they're listening.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it's also, he said exactly what you said. Maybe it won't shock you, but he's a big Phil Collins fan.
Yeah.
Big
Man,
Phil Collins fan.
so great.
So amazing. But it also brings me to, so when you were in South Africa last year, did you catch any South African music? Did you listen to some Afrikaans?
I stayed, I got there early so that I could hear all the acts before we, a lot of times I'll kind of be hanging backstage running through the set, arrangements what we're going to do, but I made sure that I was side stage for almost that entire show last year watching all the South African acts. So, it's so neat to hear, even just being in Australia, like I purposely got Australian acts when they were trying to get me to bring American acts over there for that tour. I got Australian acts on the front of it.
Thank you.
And it's just a very cool thing to hear, whether it's their spin on that genre or there's just different musical inflections. There's a lot of times you'll have a main streamlined thing that's a common thread, but there's all these different inflections from country to country.
That is, thank you for that. Makes you a very generous artist because you don't have to, but you do it, and we really do appreciate it. Talking about Franco van Coke, this was his band that he was in. Put your headphones on quickly if you don't mind, because I want to play you one of his songs, and I want you to guess what you think it's about, if you don't mind.
Gotcha.
Have a listen. Have a listen to this. You tell me what you think the song is about. All right?
Okay.
All the South Africans are cringing.
No, not really.
Dagdronk. What do you think that means? What does it sound like? Take a wild guess, Kip Moore.
Flyer.
Take a flyer. You met South Africans.
It sounded like he was saying like I'm love struck. I don't know if that's even close.
Love struck.
But
What do South Africans do a lot? You met South Africans. What do they do a lot?
Cuss. Yeah.
You're getting
Yes,
There's
that's
cussing in the song.
That was.
What is the other thing that we do a lot of?
You drink a lot. Yeah. Okay.
The song is about day drinking.
Okay. All right. Day drinking.
very popular.
Okay.
Song about day drinking.
Okay.
Listen, the other thing that South Africans love, and we love on the show a whole lot, and that is surprising people, and our listeners especially. They love being kind, they love being generous, and they love gifts. So we have a very special gift for you this morning.
Okay.
And I want to ask a very special guy, Carlo, to come forward and give you a very, very special gift. Carlo Hayes has a very, very special gift for you. There we go. Hand it over to Kip.
Oh,
Kip,
okay.
that is for you. If you want to open it for us live on air.
Okay. All right.
And this is a CH, ne? Yeah. Just Carlo. So Carlo is one of our leading jewelry designers
Somebody
in the
about to
country.
propose to me. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Surprise!
Welcome.
Man, I've avoided this for a long time.
So that, Kip, is a ring with your tour logo on it and your initials.
Wow. Guys, that is incredible.
We've noticed Americans
Man, that is
love
amazing.
rings.
That
Do
is
you like
one of
that?
that's one of the coolest gifts I've ever received. Thank you. No, like seriously, that's incredible.
So we were thinking Americans, whenever they celebrate, when you see these big football
amazing.
stars, they always have these rings.
Yes.
Championship ring, yeah.
That is incredible.
That's the
I
thing.
mean, I do have 3 state championship rings. We don't need to talk about that. But I'll be honest, I have no idea where they are. But I'll make sure I keep an eye on this one right here. Man, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
You
I
are
really
so
appreciate that.
Carly,
Is that a yes?
you're the man.
That's
Thank
incredible,
you very, very
man.
much.
Thank you.
I'm going to assume that's a yes then.
To the listeners, you can also listen to this. You can win a replica ring if you are at the concert tomorrow.
Oh.
If you haven't bought your ticket
wow.
yet, buy it now, and you could have a replica ring. It's not quite as nice. No, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
This is Breakfast with Martin Bester. Jacaranda FM.
Kip Moore live on air this morning and filling a stadium again tomorrow at Loftus Versfeld. Does that ever get old? I mean, it's a whole lot of people in front of you, man.
People always ask me, one of the main questions I get the most is what do you enjoy more, playing for a big audience or like a really intimate? And you can make a stadium feel like a club.
Sure.
But sometimes, like, the main thing that you're looking for is when it has that electric pulse where there's a feather in the crowd, wild, whatever you want to call it, but you can get them to silence to a pin drop. You've got that kind of control over the place. That's when it's magical. When you can tell by looking in their eyes, you can see it. I can see it. I know when I've got you. And
connected.
Yeah, it's just a different kind of thing. So it doesn't really matter big or small. It never gets old when it's like that.
Talk to me about the small scene, though. I mean, you just spoke about Nashville just now. I'm picturing it. Never been there. But did you do the club scene, the pubs? What does the country scene look like in that kind of context?
Nashville's changed so much. But it still has, all on the outskirts, it has all these little dives that people do. There's a lot of singer-songwriter nights, so it's just acoustic music. But you've got bands, you've got rock, you've got hip-hop, you got jazz, you have every walk of life and every style of music in that town. I mean, some of the biggest rock and roll stars in the world live in that town. It's kind of known as country because it was kind of the backbone of it, Memphis and Nashville. But, it's such an eclectic walk when you're there. But I didn't do necessarily like the stock, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night slot while I was in Nashville. I did that in South Georgia. That's how I cut my teeth. So from 20 to 22 to 23 or so, I had a standing gig through the South, like Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. But when I got to Nashville, it was more about, I did tons and tons of singer-songwriter nights. The Bluebird Cafe, the Listening Room. The Listening Room was really good to me in the early years. And then I did do a lot of full band performances at like 12th and Porter and these different places. But there's so many nooks and crannies. I always get so bummed when people go to Nashville and they only hang out on Broadway, because that's only cover band music.
Okay.
So on the outskirts, you've got 5 nights a week. Like I said, you can find a hip-hop show, you can find a pop show, a rock show, a country show, and it's all original music. So,
have you found that country music, I mean, we know from where we're sitting, the moment that people like Beyonce, they're recording country music, and Post Malone is doing country music and stuff, and it's just blown up again, I guess. It's gone even more mainstream. Do you feel that it shows when you travel to parts of the world and you're like, man, you love country music?
I say this.
Be honest.
I think good music is good music.
Sure.
I just think that, however it happened, the curtain got pulled back, on some artists doing some cool things that maybe didn't sound like what you had your preconceived notion in your head. I think forever it was, country had a certain thing. There's so many times that somebody's like, oh, you play country, well, that's like this. And then I'll ask them, and I'll say, well, do you even own a country record? And they're like, no. So I'm like, how can you have any idea of what it is? It's just, it's a stigma, and I love, I mean, like I said, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, those are my heroes. And I love that style of, the people, the pillars of the genre. But it definitely has grown into this melting pot of a lot of different kinds of things that I'm sure has kind of pulled the curtain back on it. Sure.
When you listen to your stuff, I can completely buy into the fact that you grew up with rock. It's rock, and you are from that side of America, and that's about it. To be honest with you.
And I feel like, that I've had a lot of questions of why is it connecting all over the world so much? Like, we just did an arena tour through Australia, and we barely had little to no radio play over there. So it's, I just think that, when I talk to people, they're like, well, your sound, it doesn't remind me of anything happening right now. There's a nostalgia to the sound. So, I think it is. I think it's all those influences, and that's why it's connecting.
It is fresh, and you can expect a show tomorrow. As jy nog nie 'n kaartjies het nie, koop hulle nou. If you got your tickets, just some fans want to say good morning to you.
Okay.
All right, 084-850-0942.
Kip Moore in South Africa. Kip Moore at Jacaranda Live. Kip Moore at Loftus Versveld. Kip Moore, we love you. You've got a stunning, stunning voice. Maybe your wife is in South Africa. You never know.
Well, now.
Well, I've already been proposed to this morning, so I mean, you might not be far off.
It wasn't a proposal.
I have to ask, with all these marriage things coming up, have you heard of the concept of la bola, Kip Moore?
No, I have not, but you've already terrified me about what's about to happen.
It's scary.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm gonna explain to you. All right.
Okay.
Hi Martin. Ek wil net vir jou sê my dogter is so big Kip Moore fan. Nee. Ai. Sy sê mos, as sy net op haar stage kan kom, dan sal sy vir hom lek.
So Kip, what she's saying is,
I call it lack at the end.
Lack means lick.
Okay.
Right.
Good. Moving on. Good chat. It's a daughter is such a big fan.
Okay, you had me at lick.
Her daughter is such a big fan. If she could get onto the stage, she'd lick you.
Oh.
I hope your security is good.
Man, okay. All right.
Vrydag is my dag, want ek is by die Kip Moore show môre.
Friday is her day because she's at the...
Well done op 'n awesome show. Ek wil net sê ek kan nie wag vir Kip Moore op die radio nie. Ons het hom laas jaar gestaan en kyk. Kom ek vertel vir jou, as jy wil 'n ordentlike show sien, dan gaan kyk jy na daai man se show. Is een van die beste shows wat jy ooit sal kry. Daai stadion was gepak laas jaar. Ons gaan môre daar wees. Is regtig waar die beste show wat jy ooit in jou lewe sal kyk.
Kom praat almal eers kyk na Afrikaans, hulle weet daar's Amerikaans op die show.
I feel like he was saying last year was incredible, and I could,
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm starting to get little inflections. Like I can tell he was saying last year was insane. It was awesome. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
and he's back tomorrow. And it's the best show that he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're doing well. Man.
We are the biggest Kip Moore fans, so excited that he's back in South Africa. We were at his show last year as well, and we will be right there in the front again on Saturday night. It is also my birthday on Sunday, so it would be the biggest gift ever if he can please sing Lipstick for us. We will be cheering on in the crowd and cannot wait to see him perform.
By the way, have you done your set list?
Well, hang on. No, I haven't. So y'all know Lipstick here.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do it?
I mean, do y'all really, or are y'all just like looking at me saying, you know it? Like, I don't want to get up there and, I do it, and then it's like crickets in the crowd.
It's not about us, Kip. It's about that poor lady who's having a birthday on Sunday. She's going to be at least at one night. And then, no, of course.
Because all I do is shout a bunch of American cities, So I might have to rewrite the whole lyric by the time the show happens.
One more.
My name is Danica Barnard, and I just want to say I'm super excited for the Kip Moore show tomorrow at Loftus. I'm actually doing it as a tribute to my mom. We lost my mom and my dad last year on the 18th of August, and Kip, she was her biggest fan. So both me and my brother will be there to celebrate her.
Man.
I'm super, super, super excited.
Wow.
As you can tell, the excitement all over. And we also have a young lady here in the studio. We had a competition online for one fan to come in studio and hang with us this morning and to speak to you. Helena Barnard, goeiemorgen. Helena, what do you have to share with this man sitting right here?
Kip, it is such an awesome experience to share this moment with you. You actually inspired me. I was in a very dark place a year and a half ago in my life, and your music actually lifted me up and made me realize my self-worth. So it was very, very deep, and it touched me very, very
Well,
much.
I appreciate you telling me that.
You are really an inspiration to me in my life, and your music touches my soul. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you for letting me know that. I like many, like all of us. Like it's fascinating because I walk off the stage where it's been, 50,000 people, and the show's been incredible. And I'll go back to my bunk and I spiral like everyone else does. Where I, even if the show is incredible, I start, you've got that little thing on your shoulder that's like, you question, do you matter? Is what you're doing, does it matter at all? So like when I hear those kind of things, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
Lena, bye-bye, Special. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we'll give you an opportunity to ask him a question as well coming up. Right. Thanks for being in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Kip Moore. Kip, I'm going to put you on the spot live on air. I know you've travelled far. Australia is very far. It's like the furthest thing ever. It's like the furthest point of Earth.
Believe me, I just did the route. I know.
Dude, I can't imagine how you must feel. You've got a massive show tomorrow, but would you mind doing one more live?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, coming up, more Kip Moore live.
Breakfast with Martin Bester. 6 to 9 weekdays. Jacaranda FM.
You bring joy. That was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
That was
Thank you.
just so
Thank you.
incredibly beautiful. Kip Moore, and I hope, I know that there was a moment last time you were here, and I hope that, I know that moment's going to be there as well, because people are so excited. People that saw you last time around, people who didn't see you last time around coming for the first time tomorrow, and also Darius Rucker.
Man, I can't wait.
On the tour.
What's that?
How did he end up on the bill?
Well,
do you know him?
I love him. That's how he ended up on the tour. I love him.
That's a great reason.
We were talking about him the last time I was here. Me and Whippy were talking about Darius, and he brought him up, and I just said, I'd love for you to get him over here. I love that guy. He's such a fun spirit to be around. I wish I got to hang out with him more. We see each other here and there in passing. Yeah. We're just both touring so much, but he does claim to be an incredible golfer, and he's golfing while he's here.
Really now?
And and Wimpy kind of looked at me and was telling me, Darius is a 5 handicap. I said, man, I will beat Darius blindfolded with 5 clubs.
Yeah. In dollars.
Yeah. And if he was here to hear that, he'd be laughing his tail off right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you play?
I used to play a little bit, yeah.
You dabble?
Yeah.
But you surf?
Yes.
Have you surfed in South Africa?
I have not yet. Hey, you know why I haven't?
Why?
I'm doing this right here.
Of course. No, of course. But Wimpy, as jy hom, so J-Bay?
J-Bay is the only place.
Cape Town Sea is very cold, Kip.
Yeah, y'all want to send me to where Mick Fanning fought off a shark. I see how much y'all like me. I see how much y'all like me. Yeah.
No, I really hope you get some surfing in, and I know you like the outdoors, which is South Africa.
Oh, the last time I did some amazing hikes here. Yeah.
How is it?
Y'all got great wine here too.
Yes, we do.
And it is cheap. I drink a lot of it.
For you.
Yeah.
No, I'm so glad, and we'll make sure. When I speak to you, I'm going to meet Darius tomorrow, and I can't wait. I mean, obviously his solo stuff amazing. Does he get offended if you ask him about Hootie and the Blowfish? I was a big fan.
I don't think so.
Hootie.
I mean, it's such a proud band. It's such a thing to be proud of. I mean, that band was amazing, and it changed like a lot of the '90s sound.
Yes.
Like that was a pivotal. I got a funny story for I don't know how much time we got, but Darius probably Darius has probably never heard this, and so like you can play this back for him. But I'll never forget. I was in college in Alabama. I was playing basketball, and I'll never forget one night. I had this girl that really fancied me a lot, and kind of, I was, nice, but I was kind of trying to get away a few times, and I found myself passed out on the couch one night at a house party, and everybody had kind of left. And when I woke up, it was probably 2 or 3 in the morning, and his song, she says, alone by a lamppost, she's singing that in my ear. The song's playing in the background, and she's whispering it in my ear. Terrifying thing to wake up to. So I've been scarred from Hootie and the Blowfish ever since.
You could get him back tomorrow before the show. Before the set. Scott McNeese, and do it like that as well. That was one of my favorites.
Get ready to laugh, because that guy, he is the best. He truly has the most contagious laugh.
South Africa is so happy to have you back. Just a quick bit of feedback. People are threatening me. Play my message or else. I don't know. Some people know where I stay. So just a final couple of messages for you.
Oh, yeah.
You want to grab those headphones there?
I am so glad that the traffic kept me in my car long enough to listen to both of the Friday lives of Kip Moore. Thank you very much, Kip Moore. I hope you enjoy South Africa.
On morning radio, that's the ultimate compliment when people want to stay in the traffic longer.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Here's one more.
Oh, wow. That was just awesome. I'm literally crying. Thank you for being an awesome superstar and making our lives better with your music. We love you.
Man.
And then I've also been forced to ask, are you still a single guy?
You know what? It's something through my entire career.
I know.
I've been in and out of relationships throughout my career, and it's something that it's the one thing. Until I get married, you're never going to know. I've kept everything in my personal life personal and private. Mm-hmm. And I've been very intentional with that. A lot to protect the people that I'm with. Mm-hmm. You don't want to see them get publicly or social media attacked or anything. That happened one time early on when I was back in 2013, dating somebody. So No, it's just something I always keep private.
The one wants to lick you, so just be careful.
Yeah.
Wow. But you've got her daughter. I'm still worried about that.
Yeah,
She sounded young.
She sounded very young.
Listen, what a pleasure. Thank you for bringing us joy.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I love being here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming back and have a fantastic day tomorrow.
Cheers.
South Africa, Suid-Afrika, Pretoria, wys om die grootste liefde môre. Loftus Versveld.
Breakfast with Martin Bester, driving you to work every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m.